It's time for Full of Shit Friday. We're gonna watch some slop and make your day. The slop will flow, but that's okay. Because it's Friday, Friday. Gotta watch slop on Friday. We're gonna Friday, Friday. Gotta watch slop on Friday. We're gonna
All right. Let's hide behind the hair. Okay. Listen, the reason I was late is because I was doing my makeup and then it was just not going well. And it just doesn't look, I just can't, I don't have the hand-eye coordination that these makeup ladies have. So it'll get there. Okay. But the point is I'm supposed to look bad anyway. So you see, look guys, I've got I got a bow. Okay. I got everything going for me here, but I'm really, really Temu-ing it up. Oh, I need to change my name before anybody gets confused. They might be thinking that I'm some kind of person, like they might think I'm Kitty or something. There we go. And then okay, there we go. We're good. Hello, Davina and Maddie. Good afternoon, evening. Right. Yes, the usual. Remember, we're making fun of me. We're not making fun of Shoe on head when I dress up this way. Okay, because I'm the one that looks like an asshole, not her. Okay, cool. And yes, it's become somewhat of a tradition that we do a react when she releases a video. Temu-Shoe has to respond, you know. The world must know what Temu-Shoe thinks about real shoes stuff. I think this one's actually quite a serious one. This video, it's got on the, I haven't watched it, okay, blind reacts here. It's got what's the name, Mamdani on it, and it has Nick Fuentes. And it says some stuff about the Epstein files, etc. So, and the main question or the name of the video is, how did we get here? Okay, so let's see. That's what we're going to do. We're going to jump right into it. If you'll end up enjoying this reaction, why not subscribe? Why not like it even? Just saying, maybe I could get better makeup if you help the channel. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Okay, there we go. Even if my makeup was better, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to apply it very well, would I? Okay, share this tab. Okay, let's go here. There is the real girl. That's the real deal over there. And we are ready for you, Shoe. Let us go. So yes, let's get going. When it comes to the sponsorships and stuff, we'll watch. We'll be good viewers, right? Okay, let's get going.
Gentlemen, I am here to inform you that the rumors are indeed true. The Democrats have struck back. In the New Jersey governor's race, the Democrat won. In the Virginia governor's race, the Democrat won. And in the New York City race, Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani defeated Andrew Cuomo to become the next mayor of America's largest city. But the question on everyone's mind is, was it just a fluke? Just easy wins in blue cities and states? Or...
Yeah, that's kind of, look, hey, not American here, in case you didn't notice. That's why he's so Temu, you know, so Temu-Shoe, but I'm not from China either. But either way, the point I'm trying to make here is, in my bubbles that I discuss US politics, nobody was going, wow, the Democrats are have taken over immediately. It's over. But there has been, I suppose, there has been rising sentiment that yeah, it's at some point the pendulum will swing back for the Republicans, and there is an Axel that is walking here. Hello, Axel. Nice to see you. He's just using my desk to get to his sister. So there's that. Happy Black Brown Friday, Temu-Shoe. Thank you. It's actually Yellow Friday here. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, it's Yellow Friday. So happy Yellow Friday. I guess it works because I'm looking fairly yellow here today. Let's go.
Is there something more to this? Is this a sign of things to come? Is the Democratic Party finally turning their losing streak around? Are they actually listening to the people now? Did they?
No, I don't think so. I think there's just people that listen. There's people in those cities that listen, in those areas that listen to them. I don't think the eye makeup gets better every time. I think that today is one of the worst. But you know what? I'm glad that you decided that. That's fine.
Finally learn their lesson? No. Thanks for watching. My last 3 videos about electoral politics were warning the Democratic Party that young men were moving right because the party f***ing sucks and was becoming the young men eat shit and die movement, spanking the Democratic Party for losing because they elected one of the most unlikable, shittiest candidates while offering absolutely nothing to voters, and defending the voters from the wrath of a bunch of liberal streamer man-children calling the voters stupid and evil for daring not to vote for Hillary Clinton and brownface. But the thesis for all 3 of them—
Clinton and brownface. Why have I not heard that before? Maybe I have heard it, but I haven't heard it, you know? Hillary Clinton in brownface. Lol, Shoe. Yeah, so she has scolded everything, the Democrats by saying, this is, you guys shit the bed on this, okay? The communication with your base has not been very good, and you've thus lost a lot of people. That's what Shoe has tried to explain to the Democratic side of it. And now I'm seeing why we have Nick Fuentes in the profile, in the thumbnail, because we're gonna then be talking about who what's the name, who people have turned to, why the men have gone even further right. They were going to the Republicans, but now they're going to the freaking groypers. This quest though is me. It's me. I'm Temu-Shoe.
Those videos was basically the same. As the right embraces working class populism, the Democratic Party and the left will continue to fade into irrelevancy. But as I also predicted in those last videos, there might be an eventual pendulum swing, and it might be happening much sooner than I predicted. Like, how did we go from Republicans winning the popular vote, in part thanks to a lot of the young people voting, to a bunch of data showing those same young people dropping their support for the GOP already? But the interesting thing is,
flaky voters, flaky, all of you. Or yeah, I suppose people are just they're not as stuck in the party politics. They will move where they think. You should ask Setch and Adam to watch this video and see if they agree with Shoe. Shoe is getting increasingly illiberal by the year. Ooh, illiberal. Is she gonna just come out as a groyper? What do you mean? Not that she's ever had a real liberal ideas. Yeah, she's softy. She just wants everybody to be okay.
Those young people don't seem to be moving to the Democratic Party either. Where are they going? And do the Democrats have a plan to scoop?
Oh, this is a reaction. It's not a debate. We are reacting to a video. Dennis, sorry, I don't speak no hablo español, but I'm just gleaning what you mean there.
These people up. Yes, they do, and they called it, I'm not kidding, deciding to win. Deciding to win, as if the whole time they have just been simply deciding to lose. It was a choice, guys. They changed their mind and they want to win now. In this video, I will talk about why—
Sorry, but we'll get to what you're going to say in this video, but that is who they had a meeting. They had a meeting and they said, that works. Deciding to win. It's like, you know what, we've come to our senses and whatever. That's as close to we're sorry as you're gonna get, I suppose. It's like, oh no, not now we'll win, because you know we were just being silly before. Okay, we thought it was a participation trophy that we just wanted the other side to get a turn, and now we're here. Wow, marketing is wild. Okay, what's she going to discuss in this video? Tell us, Shu.
I think Zoran Mamdani won. We will go through the Democrat Party's plan to decide to win. We will briefly talk about the rise of the political commentator Nick Fuentes, the MAGA Civil War, and what I like to call the inevitable rise of shoesalism. If that sounds like
Shoesalism, guys. Are you gonna be land up voting for Shu for president? She will be the first female president. Let's go.
interesting, stick around. If it doesn't, you can leave. It's not like I'll miss you or anything.
Oh, she's so cute. She's busy being cute. We could never. Okay, you know what? I need to take a screenshot of this so I can do this eyeliner. Hold up. Stay still, Shu. Stay still. Need to copy you. Not in a creepy way. Okay, hold up. Here we go. Got it. That's what the eyeliner looks like. I'm gonna save this. Okay. We're good. I don't think it's gonna help me improve. Now, mine doesn't go up, you see. I don't think it goes up the way hers does. But anyway, let's go.
Baka. I know a lot of you are not very interested in politics. You come here for the fun Reddit slop, the men versus women content. Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, politics kind of seeps into your lives whether you want it to or not. So you might as well be entertained when you hear about it and have some fun with it when you can. And I just so happen to have the perfect app for that. So before we get into this political deep dive, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor.
Before we get into your sponsor, Shu, which I love, I'm already a member of Ground News, whatever. She was a better candidate than Kamala was. Yeah, she would get a lot more support. I'm telling you, beauty contest wise, even as like just obviously, like even if people weren't into politics, they'd be like, so you're telling me there's a chance with Shu, and Shu, I voted for you. Come on, leave your husband and your child for me. That would be the angle I'd go through, but. Yeah, she was like apologizing for getting political, but I mean that's the commentary on just the way America is what people followed her for. So, but hey, I guess that's just part of it. She's just like, fine. Don't come at me about talking about actual politics. Wiggy Chan is back. Yes, Wiggy Chan. I'm gonna start adjusting it just now. As I get more facial expressions, it moves around.
One of my favorite sponsors to work with, Ground News.
Ground News.
Ground News is a website and an app that gives
See, now look how beautiful her blonde wig looks compared to mine, because hers is a proper, real one.
readers a transparent and easy way to read news from all across the political spectrum.
Across.
From left, right, and center. Every story comes
Center is brunette.
with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on
Look at it. It's a beautiful blonde.
Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the spectrum and ignored.
So which story will she use in this video to demonstrate that that there is a political bias, or there's certain biases in reporting? Will it be on the government shutdown? Will it be on the shooting?
By the other.
It hadn't happened yet, never mind.
For example, here is a story about how the White House apparently intervened in an Andrew Tate federal probe. 29 news sources covered this. 86% of them were left-wing. None were right-wing.
Oh, why? What is it that we want to say that the White House just didn't want to do a probe of Tate? Did he just not want to do a probe because he's irrelevant? No, I think you should go into it. But then the left, of course, will the left report on how they're not reporting, and then they have to report as like, your silence is violence. Thank you, Q, for helping me, for giving me permission.
This also makes it really easy to
But I like her hair, and I just want to look at it.
compare headlines to see how political bias can affect framing. For example, this feud between Elon Musk and Billie
1.5.
Eilish. This right-wing headline
What?
reads, Elon Musk claps back at Billie Eilish after she slams him for hoarding wealth. And this
Oh, Billie Eilish, why don't you give us your wealth? Billie Eilish, you need to give me your wealth, I think. And your hair pieces.
left-wing article frames the same story as Elon Musk's comebacks are as flat as his attempts at jokes. Very different vibes going on here. I have been using Ground News since 2021 because it is just a great, excellent way to stay off their Vantage plan with the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description down below. It's only like $5 a month, which is basically the price of like a coffee. You can
I think I bought a year plan.
also gift a subscription to somebody. Just select the Vantage subscription, add a
Christmas.
customized gift message, and Ground News will send it straight
Merry Christmas. Here's the horrible news of the world. Enjoy your misery.
to their inbox where they can activate it. The perfect Christmas present for your out-of-touch uncle who gets all his news from Facebook. So thank you, Ground News, for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
I didn't. A little. I just.
Now, let's get back to the video.
I can't wear the glasses, guys.
For those of you familiar with the Shoe on Head channel, you know I've harshly criticized the Democratic Party for all my career. Some say too harshly. Frankly, I don't care. And some say I'm not harsh enough on the Republicans. First of all, true, but let's be honest, that's not why you come here. You go to Kyle Kalinske for that, just like you go to Destiny to see opinions you can hear on CNN, or to Hassan for dog training tips.
She had to go to the Hassan thing. So yeah, I don't know. We're just here for you, Shu. That's actually what we're here for. It doesn't really matter what you're saying.
I'm here to hear, golly gee willikers, I'm left wing and the Democrats have gone crazy. That's the shit you're here for. But are the Democrats actually getting their shit together? Or did they simply get lucky in a few blue areas? One of those blue areas being my city, New York, where Democratic Socialist candidate Zohran Mamdani won the election and will become
That's why you start getting that accent coming out. New York.
the new mayor. And a lot of people are like really confused about how this happened. And if you're one of those people, you really need to keep watching. If you don't understand why Mamdani won, I'm sorry to say, but you're kind of like the liberals in 2016 who didn't understand why Trump won. It's actually
Okay, yeah. Are you? We haven't spoken much about Mamdani. We did speak initially about before he had won. We just had the Americans on the Thinkers spoke about him a little bit to me, but that's about it. I heard some bad things about him, and some bad takes from him, and he's against Israel and all of those things. But that's probably why he won then, because people are like, yes, indeed. So I don't know. Tell us, Shu, enlighten me. I don't know. Not American. I'm Temu.
extremely understandable why Zohran Mamdani won. And it's not just because New York is full of commies or whatever. He is objectively the best.
People did, yeah. You know what? That might be the basic take. Sorry, Shu. That might be the basic take. That New York is just full of commies. That's what I've heard.
Democratic candidate that they've had in a very, very long time. Like, I know the bar is in hell there, but he's young, he's energetic, he's charismatic, and people are really tired of the White House doubling as a retirement home. Of course, I like
Please, Shu, do refer to the fact that some women were just voting for him because he's so hot. Please.
many of his economic policies. I like the universal childcare thing, the transportation, flipping off the Christopher Columbus statue. That's the shit I don't like. Bitch, that's our guy. He was a brave Italian explorer who discovered America, and in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero. End of story. I've said this many
hero. But yes, also he a lot of the things he was talking about, like just in terms of the bits that I saw of his debates with Cuomo, he had made promises that the mayor can't keep. You can't do that. But you know, it sounds nice, so people vote for you. But anyway.
times, but I don't think the good left-wing policies can even exist alongside the bad left-wing policies. Like, I don't know how you can have free transportation, but also be soft on crime. Like, I don't know, like, in what world does that work out? You can't have nice, clean, free transportation if a bunch of drug addicts and violent felons are going around stabbing people and setting them on fire. You can't have nice things if you don't have rules to enforce those nice things. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine? It's almost as if that's simple. Like, yes, you need rule of law to have peace. It's quite weird. I know it means that then we have to be mean to people. We have to be mean to people and put them in jail when they've gone and broken the law over and over and over again. Not keep releasing them until they set people on fire. That's our latest with tough on crime, soft on crime discussion. Yeah, where people are just in and out of jail. We just they'll learn this time. And that, I guess that's where we get to the point of the National Guard being deployed, because it's like, okay, fine, we're out here, we're on the streets, we're gonna do this. Yeah, Why are you being so oppressive to criminals? Because it's mean. Yeah, like that's mean. You shouldn't be mean, Maddie. Chris Columbus wrote Gremlins, so we should appreciate it. Okay. He will be a lame duck. I'm also hearing that was Mark, as well as an opinion, as a take on him. And the reason I'm saying I'm also hearing that is because I don't have a take. Okay, so it's just I'm also seeing that. You're not the first to say that to me. The lame duck theory is just, yeah, sure, he got into power with all of these things, but nothing ever happens, essentially. They make huge radical promises to get the votes, and then where they land actually is something less extreme, because they are limited by the actual practicalities of getting things done. And maybe they were also grifting when they made those promises.
It's always such a breath of fresh air when I go back to visit my family in the suburbs of Long Island, and I go to the CVS, and the toothpaste is free from their plexiglass prisons. I shouldn't have to wait 10 minutes for some poor wagey to come unlock the cagey so I can buy shampoo. We don't have to live that way. Maybe he'll do great, or maybe he gets into power and immediately cucks to the establishment like some other people.
That's AOC, yeah. Cuck to the establishment. But that really does look. It's either that they knew all along they were going to flip flop, or that when they actually get into power, okay, when they get into office, power should not be the word. When they get into office, they realize again the practicalities and the limits and the red tape that's actually in their way, and they can't do what they want to do. So it's either of those things, same result. Are you South African? You have that accent. Yes, I do. I am South African. I am living abroad, though. I am living in UAE.
I don't like to talk about it. I just don't know how the hell anyone thought Andrew Cuomo was going to win. He killed a bunch of grandmas during COVID.
As you admitted this week, you personally altered the state health department report to undercount the death total, to hide the death total, and then evaded and lied to these.
God, just laugh. It's fine. Just laugh, Cuomo. It's fine. That's a good argument. It's fine. Wow. But I mean, it's a response. He didn't die.
Families for 5 years. So
you killed a shit ton of people. For what? Plus, he doesn't even live in New York City. He doesn't live in the city he's running to be mayor of. Cuomo just kind of expected to win based on name recognition alone and being like, hey, at least I'm not the other guy. Sound familiar? Trump actually offered a vision. Make America great again. Mamdani offered a vision. A New York City you can afford. So people took a chance on him. People wanted.
So that's the whole campaign of just in New York you can afford. That's gonna need her main point, the best point she's made so far, and we're only a little bit in, but my favorite point here is you can't have the nice things without being mean. Okay, you can't have the nice things without the rule of law. He promised free buses, but the mayor doesn't control the bus. The governors control them. Yes, the governor controls them. Yes, exactly, Q. This is something that I saw in the clips of the debate with Cuomo. Cuomo's like, you can't do that. But you know what? He's going to work for it, and he's going to try, okay? At least vote for the guy that's going to try. Hey, that's my line, okay? You can't have that. You can't have that until I run for office in New York as an immigrant.
Something different. Andrew Cuomo, he had no vision or anything. Oh man, I love tuning into a debate about New York City, and 80% of it is about another fucking country.
The first foreign visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first?
First visit, I would visit the Holy Land.
I would go to Israel.
I'd make my 4th trip to Israel.
Mr. Mamdani.
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Oh, that is so easy. That is so easy. And that would have gotten people to vote for him. Even the Groypers would even be like, which are they're racist, so they're like they don't want anyone that's not of the white persuasion. But you get a pass when you hate on Israel, and hating on Israel is not mentioning that you'll go to Israel, right? That's the whole idea. He got so many votes by saying that. But what kind of question is that? Oh, their first foreign visit, like. Gives a shit where your mayor goes. You're not the president. Back off now. But I suppose you're America. America operates differently.
Donnie, can I just jump in? Would you
visit Israel?
That was the exact moment I knew Zoran was going to win. Bro was just surrounded by NPCs. I love how they're like, where would you go? And Zoran was like, I'm gonna stay here. And instead of being like, no, Zoran, the question was, where would you go? They're like, why wouldn't you go to Israel? Like, that's
exactly. And that is what people are looking for. He knows that is what people are looking for out there. There is definitely a huge wide base that is just crying out for somebody to be ugly to Israel. Okay. And there are people that are looking for worse than be ugly to Israel. Okay. I've used nice words there, but there is a huge audience for that actually isn't on the left. So he courted those people by doing that. And he knew what he was doing. But we do know the left does also have a problem with Israel. Duh. Just a win all around. Yeah, that makes so much sense.
the answer to the question. Like, that's just the default answer to that question. His win was very much in part a direct response to the affordability crisis that many Americans are facing. So what is the GOP's answer?
Is that like the traditional answer? Because okay, yes, the whole the Jews control everything, and Israel and America are always in each other's pockets and what. But there's a lot of Jewish people in New York. Is that the whole idea? It's like, look, guys, hey, Jews, vote for me. Is that it? I would, if I was Jewish, then I would be like, stop trying to placate me. I'm not going to take that as genuine interest in my heritage. Fuck you.
To the affordability crisis. Affordability crisis. Like, that's just the default answer to that question. His win was very much in part a direct response to the affordability crisis that many Americans are facing. So what is the GOP's answer to the affordability crisis? Oh, great news, guys.
Sorry, you know what the answer is? It's a hoax. It's a hoax. That is my least favorite. My favorite, actually, I don't know if you want to call it that. The flip-flop of the century for me, of Trump going from he literally uses the word affordability and then just went against it. So I don't know if that's what Shoe is going to refer to. Yeah.
There is no affordability crisis. It doesn't exist. It's all in your head, silly. Need to save money? Simply don't buy your grandmother a Christmas present this year.
Budget. You need a plan. Also, remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time to spend and break the bank.
Zoran's win was all.
I think that is a lovely clip to send to your family group on your family chat. Send that, be like, listen, you see this? It's just nieces and nephews. Nieces and nephews get gifts. The rest of you, you've aged out. Sorry for you. You're not part of the budget. Yeah, if you're trying to reduce spending, definitely just spend on kids.
Also basically a direct response to the housing crisis in America. So what is the GOP's response to the pie-in-the-sky, commie gobbledygook that Zoran Mamdani is selling? Surely they have a better solution.
Here we go. The White House is floating this idea. Bill Pulte is saying, thanks to President Trump, we can indeed work on the 50-year mortgage, a complete game changer. How does that work in dollars? Here you go. 30-year fixed mortgage right now. You're paying $2,038 a month, principal and interest on a $400,000 home. At the bottom, under 50 years, you'd save a couple $100 a month at $1,822.
Just pay for most of your life. It was already most of your life, really. It was the span of, it was quite basically your youth. 30 years. Any time that you had your working years, okay? And now you've got 50-year mortgages, which is going to give you more time to be a pay pig. Wow. 50 years you're dead. Exactly. Just, I'm no economist, but it seems like a problem, and seems like things are not going to get paid off. Okay. It's all just going to be theoretical money. Okay.
Dollars, principal, and interest. That is proposed. Do you like this idea?
I do not like this idea.
Not lowering prices, not building more housing. No, just being a good little slave to the bank for 50 years. You might as well be a rentoid forever in this case. Like, at least you don't have to fix your own dishwasher. You will own nothing and be happy. Doesn't that?
Yes, that is exactly the reaction. It's also happening in South Africa. People are not paying mortgages. They're just like, I'll just rent. It's fine. So, and the landlords sit and sit and sit. And people get angry at the landlords. Like, sorry, they own a property. You would do the same.
Sound great, Gen Z? Vote for us. We'll release the Epstein files and finally drain the swamp. Awesome. Finally, justice. Here it comes, the Epstein files phase 1. We got all your favorite e-celebs here. Don't you think that's a little tacky? I mean, like, this is an international child trap. The Epstein files are on my desk. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's what we've been waiting for. Well? Oh, they don't exist. Wait, what? Yeah, the Epstein files don't exist. They're a Democrat hoax. But you just said, hey, what the f***? That's my wallet. Sorry, Israel needs new weapons.
Oh, these kinds of shorts. She should put the. I think that she's made shorts out of these things. That's pretty funny. It's good. My family go all out for Christmas. I probably spend 400 on both my parents, 250 on my siblings, and 100 on my extended. I'm broke now. Oh, but you're so generous, Pappy. That's good. Yeah, it's fine. If you're broke, you know what? You don't have dependents right now, so that's the money that you can spend on them, on your loved ones.
What do you want, Democrat?
Mhm.
Vote for us. Why? What do you have to offer? Hey, that's my wallet again. What are you people doing? Sorry, Israel needs new weapons.
No, that's not my view of the left these days. But I suppose she's the mainstream Democrats. That's what they want for Israel. And I love that we have the the septum piercing. Also, she steals your wallet because they're so soft on crime. Just remember that.
The Epstein files are a really big deal. This is not a partisan issue. You should absolutely care about an international child trafficking blackmail operation consisting of the most powerful people in the world. And anyone telling you to move on is coping, gaslighting, or in on it. If whatever is in there is so damning that it is a national security risk, the people deserve to know. Like, I don't know about you, but if we are paying taxes to a bunch of satanic pedophiles, I would like to know. That is...
Yeah, burn it all down in that case. Like, I'm sorry, I understand the turmoil, but it's just in terms of the right thing to do, yes. Because we just do not want that. Okay, can you imagine part of the theory that is given of, oh well, you know, it's just we can't release it because there's just so many people in there that there would be just so much chaos. But now we're getting to the point where not knowing is making it even worse. Okay, we're getting to the point where it's like feels like a lie of omission now, and you are just keeping it away and away and away for a very long time, and we're just going to start making up what's in there. Okay, we're going to start saying what's in there because you're just not telling us. So yeah. Yes, buy your family in video stock, everybody.
Information I would like to know. Like, I already know we're doing that, but I would like some confirmation. Okay, so literally as I am filming this, Trump is saying he is releasing the Epstein files. So I guess they weren't a hoax. I'm going to be so honest. I have no idea what the is going on, you guys. I'm sure when
yes, the back and forth, it's annoying. Have no idea what's going on. Can we see them? Can we see all the files now? Let's go. We got those emails and things. It was very interesting. People found some quite interesting things, and it's just so icky. Just from the 3 that I read, 3 out of 22,000 or something. Just the way that Epstein operated, the fucking sleazeball. We knew this, I know. But just having it there in text, just the way that the blackmail and all of that sort of stuff is going on. For me, the dog that's not barking, for me, that was like, you guys were all like, oh no, you guys, I say, people were like, oh, the dog that's not barking means Trump is not talking. I think it's Trump is not biting. He's not taking the bait, which is the girls.
this video gets posted, there's already going to be more things that have happened. Also, Mike Johnson apparently said they need to make changes to the files to make sure we, quote, don't do permanent damage to the political system. If releasing the Epstein files would do damage to the political system, then so be it. Then it deserves—
Yes, then we need to fix it. I'm so sorry. Oh, we just need to alter everything that you're saying. Wow. Well, you know what? Thanks for your honesty. But what now that just leaves, again, when you leave blanks, people, the conspiracy theorists who are always looking for lies, okay, they're always looking for the big truth that they want to be true. They're going to go and find reason to say this is the truth. Rather just put the truth out there so we don't use our imaginations, please. Put as much of it out there as possible. It's a bit scary. I suppose you would try and just do like a little drip feed. I guess that's what they were trying to do. I guess turmoil. I guess it's also markets as well. If you just think about it, the things that would happen with CEOs, or lots of powerful people would be in the shit. And I suppose what would happen is we would need good people to emerge, clean people to emerge. It would be like the purge, guys. It would be like the purge.
Deserves to be damaged. It deserves to be destroyed. Just release the files. After all, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Isn't that right, government? But it wasn't just the Epstein files thing that has Mac.
Oh, good guys, got the thing. I'm having a side pot for bets whether Trump blew Clinton. Do you want to cut in, Kitty? I'm on no. I'm really on no, because just Trump. If Trump was gonna go down on anybody, okay, if Trump was gonna blow anybody, it would be himself. That's it. He's not going on anyone else. He's not interested in anyone else. I guess unless he's going to this whole because he's so dominant in public life, then he's actually a sub in behind doors. Maybe that could. I just still don't see it. His ego is just so massive that it just would not and could not happen. So if I had money, I would get in on that. But yeah, hey, Christmas time, it's hard time.
Got feeling a little demoralized lately.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people
no,
here.
you don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
We've talked about this a few.
I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I want to see what Shoe says, but before she gets to her thing, you can't imagine Trump is that flexible. You know what? Could go to try. Marilyn Manson allegedly did it. So and plus, yeah, we're just talking about improbable things. So the whole thing with Trump, I don't think he's completely wrong. There is then a skill issue because you've always been outsourcing. But the thing is, you need trainers. You need people to train up your population because you don't have skills. It is you can't do all or nothing thinking when it comes to having foreign people working in your country, unfortunately. But when it comes to illegal foreign people, that's a problem. Anyway.
Few times on this channel, actually very recently in the male loser epidemic video. The no talented Americans thing is a myth pushed on us by corpos and billionaires so they can hire foreign workers who will work for less money and won't unionize. Worker drones who will work under the coercion of deportation, essentially creating infinite scab labor. Even though there are so many Americans in these fields looking for jobs. But those spoiled Americans will ask for a living wage so they can live in a $600.
That is definitely true. It's because you don't get to pay the nice cheap person. Even when you have an immigrant in-house in America that you are giving a working visa and all of that stuff, they will accept. I'm an immigrant over here. They will accept lower pay because that money has a lot more sway back at home and everybody's sending money back home. That's the whole thing. Like if you go to any immigrant rich area, you'll see all of the advertising talks about sending money to India, sending money home, sending money to Africa, all of those things. It's all about sending your money back. That's what you're going overseas for. It's what we do, okay? As somebody from a third world country, that's what we do. We try and get better opportunities, try and make money somewhere else. And yeah, we're also criticized for brain draining our country. I guess you got to bite the bullets. I guess she's saying it's just a rhetorical device for the it's children running in the hall. Rhetorical device where it's just like, no, it's a myth. We're just making you think that we need the immigrants.
100-foot square apartment. How dare they? We can't do that. So import 1 billion immigrants. After all.
Yeah, that you see, that's the thing. If you go into the middle thing of, okay, we need training. You don't need 1 billion immigrants for that. That's what I mean by all or nothing. You don't need the all or nothing view. If there is a skill issue, you have training, you have limited time visas, you don't have you have contracts that bring people in and then they have to leave. It's a temporary thing. And yes, that's how it works. You win-win. The immigrant person gets money and then the US gets to go, cool, we're trained up, cheers out. But yeah, it's, you know what? It's almost as if governing an entire state, entire half of a continent, really, is difficult. It's almost as if it's a whole complex system that when you try your best to do something by making a certain policy, another unknown side effect happens. But anyway, we're all about to be replaced by AI. If you just spend enough time talking to AI, you're like, oh, we're doomed if we replace. Okay, if you're getting replaced by AI, you'll be, just wait. I am a blonde. I'm blonde. No, it's a wig. If you look closely enough, you'll realize how wig-ish it is.
It's good for business.
Folks are not thrilled about this idea of hundreds of thousands of foreign students in the United States.
If we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
And it's not that I want them.
So what? So what? We don't need them colleges. They're ideological cesspools, right?
But I view it as a business.
Unfortunately, America does feel like nothing but 3 corporations in a trench coat. But America is not a business. America is not a corporation. It is a nation. The contrast of what Trump is saying.
Unfortunately, you do need to make money, and yeah, that's one of the things that people liked about Trump. That one of the lines that you will hear about Trump is, oh well, he's running the nation like a business, and he's a businessman. You know, that whole thing. Hey there, cats and kittens! Illegal immigration is just slavery with extra strips. What's up, Josh? Neo-feudalism.
Here, compared to how he used to talk, is staggering. Republicans embracing public.
Yeah, that did seem, compared to how he used to talk, it did seem like a huge woo. That actually Trump has gone through that. Oh shit, it's actually not as easy as I thought. Or yeah, okay, as other people have said, no, now he's people have dirt on him, and now he's in the pocket of Israel and all of that shit. Yeah.
At least rhetorically, is what gave rise to Donald Trump and fundamentally changed the way Republicans do politics in America. If you go back and watch the debates of Donald Trump in 2016, it's crazy.
We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East. They lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
All right.
Look how energetic and great, like wow, so fiery. Yes, 2016. So this is but guys, this is politicians. No matter what, they're telling you what you want to hear when it comes to the campaign. They're going to tell you sweet nothings, like a guy trying to get in your pants. They're going to just say the things that you want to hear, make all the promises. It's gonna be forever, baby. It's gonna be forever. It's gonna be amazing. And then they change once they've got the nut. So double nut. Go and check out Thanksgiving so you can understand that joke.
I remember being like, damn, that's not how politicians in general really talked at the time. Like, we would see it from Bernie Sanders and maybe like Ron Paul, but to get up on stage in a Republican debate in front of Republican donors saying that kind of shit was unheard of. Bro was getting booed. Trump won in 2016 by decrying the bloodlust and warmongering of the Republican Party, but also by speaking to the economic woes of the average working class American. Basically saying, I see you, to people who felt like they haven't been seen by either party in a very long time. Like, I saw people in my life, my neighbors and stuff, that we're all like Obama voters, like just flipped to Trump, and now like all of Long Island. Long Island is like the Florida of the Northeast, bro. It is like Trump country there now. Before Trump, oh my God.
Hold up, but yeah, Trump has changed the way people do politics now. We've got now. We went over just a quick couple of weeks ago. We just went over a little bit of now meme warfare is part of politics, being able to meme on each other and dunk on each other in a less sophisticated way compared to previous political battles, because now, yes, this is the battleground. We use X because now all of us, politics is entertainment now, so it's all different. So yes, Trump has changed it. That's post-Trump era. He's really changed the world. Like, that's it. I'm sorry. It's for. I think it was for the better, because I'd rather see the honest backstabbing. I want to see the blood and gore. rather than you saying, why would they do this? And us acting like we smooth it over. Just the nice politics. Yeah. But yeah, okay, fine. But the thing is, yes, fine. When they're in their campaigning, they will say something, and then eventually you can point. It's not just Trump. It will be any politician. I guarantee you will be able to find they made one promise, and then once they got into office, they changed their tune for one reason or the other, because it just comes to the point where practically the thing that they promised, they can't deliver. They just can't. There's all other factors that weren't at play in that moment when they promised it to you. But like Shu said, the reason that he won, he was telling people what they wanted to hear. So all the Obama people that she's talking about that flipped to Trump, it was like, wow, he's saying the things that other people aren't saying. He's saying it like it is, and then all of that stuff. And that's exactly what Mamdani seems to have done in New York. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, Rosales. Rosales joined us for Thanksgiving. I really appreciate it. It was so much fun. Go and have a look at that if you want something on in the background to make you laugh.
Nuggies are here. My nuggies are here. 1 second. 1 second. I must go get my nuggies. It's nuggie time. 34-year-old.
I want to put that in my break song, or like put that in my break, because I just put BRB when things are at the door. My nuggies are here.
Woman, by the way. Mother, by the way. Before Trump, the Democrats basically relied on talking about how the Republican Party didn't care about the working class. But eventually, the problem for Democrats was the working class didn't care about them. But now it seems like the Republican Party is going back on all that and becoming the Bush-era neoconservative party again, right as they're winning, embracing freaks like Lindsey Graham.
So I just want to say, I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people, and we're cutting your taxes. Trump is my favorite president. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II.
Republicans, is that...
He's just insufferable. Why do all the socialists call it nuggies? I don't know. Is it because Hassan called it that, and therefore, I don't know. I just know, I'm hip. I just know the meaning, okay?
What you want your party to be? Lowering taxes and killing people? We tried that already. To many Republicans, the solution to the affordability crisis, wreaking havoc on Americans, is simply trusting the free market, working hard, and if that doesn't work, they bust out all reliable.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here. I mean, that is a real thing. I know that we've now grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that.
Ah, yes, the classic. Just move. Just move.
Just move. Yes, exactly. You guys, it's the same thing. People go say that about like when they like, oh, why doesn't your family leave South Africa? That's a lot of money. Okay, and you can't just leave. And I suppose he said you're a young person. Yeah, but there's a lot more that goes into moving. But he's just saying, I don't know, I suppose what Ben is saying there is like, well, there's so many states, just go, just move, it's fine. But moving itself is a huge undertaking. But yeah, just he is out of touch in that idea.
From Economic Zone 67 to Economic Zone 69. I don't know, man. Maybe some people actually like where they live. Maybe they want to make their community better. This is like the libertarian version of just deal with it when you talk to leftists about crime. Like, no, we shouldn't just deal with it. We shouldn't just move. Maybe we can make the cities in our country livable and safe. Maybe better things are possible, actually. My husband and I...
And the whole idea of moving, yeah, this is a huge... This is an issue that you struggle with as him being somebody who left the country, because people will go left your country. So if you leave your state, like Blair White, she left California and she went to Texas, and she was like, okay, well, you know, that this is it. It was better life in Texas, but now she's like, no, I'm returning to California because I want to change California. I want to be part of making it better. Just it's where I lived. It's where I grew up. I need to go back to it and help it. This is the argument that is given to us from a South African point of view. It's like, well, you left South Africa, but you can't complain if you left. Then, like, you can be sad about it. Hey, 1 of 44, what's up?
moved away from our families because of his job, and it f***ing sucks. It sucks raising kids without an extended family around. Say hi to grandma on FaceTime. Not normal, not natural. When I was growing up, it was like aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents were just coming in and out of my house, like bringing over food, like, hey, I got some mancati. I would be babysat by my cousins and my aunts. And because we moved away, my kid won't have that. And I wouldn't.
Thank God. Well, you see, that's part of why we moved away, is that we don't have kids, so that's fine. If we had kids, absolutely different story. Honestly, if anyone out there is planning on having children, and you have a good relationship with your own parents, you should really be close to them. Being raised by your grandparents, it is a natural state of being. I would really highly recommend it. If you've got stable, even if you don't have stable, I had some unstable grandparents. But yeah, I had my cousins all near me. I don't want everybody to be in each other's pockets, but if you could, that would be that is the ideal. It's the ideal, but I know that's not. It's not normal. It's not common anymore.
Be surprised if that's one reason many young people are putting off having children. The complete lack of community, the lack of a village. If you can't afford to live where your family lives, just move to fucking Gary, Indiana, where there's nobody around and no jobs and no family and no friends. But hey, at least you can afford a house there. That's not how life should work, Ben. Maybe take a step back and try to understand. Am I doing bird?
Ooh, you're doing bird hand, but you're getting to me. You're getting to me, Shoe. You're making me feel bad for leaving. You are. I'm not putting my cats through anything like that, but yeah, there is I suppose, like, we've got friends here, and you do what is important is you do create your own community and your own support system here. But there is a difference with friends. Is the friendships, yes, I know you can fall out with your family too, but you can fall out with friends, because friendship is a choice, and family, it's a lot harder. It's the same thing as saying, you know what, it's a lot harder to get divorced than to just break up. That's exactly the kind of weird thing keeping you with your family as well. So use it. My boy's grand is over 90. Yeah, well, that's at least he's met them, right? Is she Italian? I think she's half Italian. She's a half blood. I'm a full blood.
Hands too much. You guys have made me so insecure about the fucking bird hands thing ever since this meme. Okay, listen, I'm a woman, okay? We are programmed to scold children. And when no—
Yes, and also you're Italian, so you're going to use your hands for this. And listen, we are the original bird hand. The Italian has the original bird hand. They just, the TikTok Valley girls started doing this, okay? It's this. Just, you know what, whenever you have the urge to bird hand, just maron, like, do one of those. It's fine. Just lean into that genetics. It's there for you.
Children are around. We scold people on the internet, okay? Anyway, Nick Fuentes is a far-right commentator. And
okay, we're getting into Nick Fuentes. Guys, if you haven't noticed, go and look at the thumbnail, Shoe's thumbnail. Nick Fuentes, his smile is his smarmy, horrible, annoying smile. Okay, they made it even longer so that he looks even more smarmy. It's hilarious. Just appreciate Shoe's thumbnail design. Extended family can be important for children. It's very important. Look, that's the thing. Your extended family can also, it's part of your development. I think mine was part of. Just a big quick hello. Cool. Mine had some bad influences on me and some good influences, but the point is I had somewhere to go, and I still love them dearly. And I'm going to South Africa, so I'm going to see everybody. I'm so excited. We're going in January, right? Mama Shoe, yes, Mama Shoe. She speak. Okay, Mama Scarpe. No, Mama Scarpo. Is one shoe. Le Scarpe. Is it? Wait, sorry, I'm looking at my Italian is bad.
A controversial figure, to say the least. But his main topic he covers is Israel, which is an extremely hot topic.
Nick is also Italian. Maybe he's half. Fuentes is not an Italian surname.
commentator and a controversial figure to say the least. But his main topic he covers is Israel, which is an extremely hot topic that many other right-wing commentators seem to not want to touch. And the rare times they do touch it, it's them telling you not to talk about it, questioning why you care so much, or shape-shifting into the woke mob they fought against for so many years, calling you names, calling for you to be censored. What's funny is they didn't care about any of Nick Fuentes' rants on like race or women. They only started caring when his rants—
Whoa. I can tell you that whoa. People did very much care about his race rants and his woman rants. People did find him ew because of that. But yes, but the most unhinged part is the Israel stuff, because it just goes so deep, and it actually gets even annoying. Half Italian, full grifter. Yeah, that's true. Wow, my great grandmother passed away at 93 this year. That was sad. That's a great innings, Matt. That is an incredible thing. And this cocky joke, I don't know what that is, but yeah, Nick is just despicable. Most of his rants are just ugh. So but the point is, I think what the sentiments that Shu is covering here are, and I have acknowledged this on the channel several times, that there are actually people that don't have anti-Semitism in their heart, but they do wonder about the Israel connection. That's it. But it's very hard, as I've said before, to distinguish those normal people. I would say Shu is one of those normal people from the Groiper, crazy 6 degrees of Jew people that will find anything. You know what? 3-Eye Atlas, the whole thing about the spaceship or the spaceship / comet, that's got to do with the Jews as well. They're Jews. It's like, stop. Just please. This was Führer Friday. No, it is Fur-Eye Day, okay?
On Israel were blowing up. Nick recently did an interview with Tucker Carlson, which completely ignited the MAGA civil war that was brewing on the right for some time now. It got so ridiculous that even Chuck Schumer went on the Senate floor and called for a disavowal of Nick Fuentes. Sir, with all due respect, none. Why do politicians need a resolution in the Senate to disagree with a citizen? Hello, I have gathered you all here today to disavow Hitler Bussy 420.
You know, I understand that, yes, because it's a citizen and whatever, but it kind of does cover your ass as a politician, right? So if you get somebody like Hassan carrying on about we need to do this and we need to do that, and then people lump you together as the left, right? Because remember with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, where people were celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, and one of the main arguments was, but none of our representatives are doing that. Okay, none of our representatives in government are doing that. You're just talking about the commentators. So this delineation between commentators and actual representatives actually becomes a bit of a difficult topic. So doing the disavowal, because I used to be against disavowals. I used to be like, oh, it's just lip service. It's stupid. It's just politicians just performing bullshit. But the thing is, it is to put a line in the sand. That's the thing. And unfortunately, again, I just have these scripts now, but essentially you can't ignore someone like Nick Fuentes. I was going to call him Nick Führer. Nick Fuentes, because other people aren't ignoring him. And you don't want other people as well. You don't want the political base, the enemy, to paint you as somebody who supports him, because we live in a world now where silence is being complicit. So if you don't say you don't like someone, that means you support them. A la Sydney Sweeney. Remember that interview? Go and check our other reaction about that. Same thing with Sydney Sweeney. It's kind of like they were trying to get her to say, well, Trump supported you, you know, because that she has to say she doesn't like Trump. That's what they were trying to get her to do. Or they wanted her to say she does like Trump. Like those kinds of things. So you can just smear shit all over everybody.
People can't afford groceries, Charles. Ben Shapiro in particular.
Yeah, this is true. Dumb to vote on it. Yeah, I can see what you mean there, Q. Each politician can give their own opinion. Yeah, they can make an official statement through their office and whatever. I think, I suppose the voting thing is a bit performative. It's a bit over the top. You don't need to do that. I guess what it does is that people can go when we're all there arguing with each other on the internet in our StreamYards, okay? Then somebody can go, but they did it in Parliament, in Congress or whatever it is. They did it in public. It wasn't just a tweet. It was massive. It was official. I think that's it.
Has spent the last few months. People can't afford groceries, Charles. Ben Shapiro in particular has spent the last few months extremely confused and angry about Zoran Mamdani and Nick Fuentes becoming popular.
Jeez, his eyebrows are crazy. And I mean, I'm one to speak.
In the mainstream, all while his numbers continue to drop.
No, seriously, somebody's got to do something about those eyebrows. Like, that they look like what happens when people get their eyebrows tattooed. Like the first few days, they're really comically defined. Anyway, sorry, I was too busy judging a person's appearance. Let's go back. It's just what happens with when I put makeup on.
Angry about Zoran. Afford groceries, Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Ben Shapiro in particular has spent the last few months extremely confused and angry about Zoran Mamdani and Nick Fuentes becoming popular in the mainstream, all while his numbers continue to drop. I honestly don't think he understands what is happening here, so I am going to explain to you, Ben, what exactly is going on here. The American dream does not exist anymore for most people. Young people followed advice that worked for older generations, and it got them nowhere. Young people are tired of this stale, moldy, old dead consensus that has dominated American politics for a very long time. The one that dragged us into all these foreign wars and sold us out for some cheap plastic shit from China. Young people are tired of being told to sit down and shut up and pledge allegiance to the free market in a country that seems to not give a shit about them, as well as a foreign country they have absolutely no connection to. For so long.
Okay, so they are disillusioned. They tried to do what their parents did. The world has changed around them. They've tried to do what their parents did, but it doesn't work. The whole hard work thing just did not work out. Resources just did not land where they were supposed to land. Okay, that's the country's, just the result of the country's history, all of it put together, Democrat and Republican. Okay, cool. Where we are in history, this is where they're at. And now what? So yes, he is trying to lean back on the conservative. Where are all the houses? Build, build, build. Yes, build back, but build back better, Paffy. Yeah, so you've got disillusioned people, and what happens with somebody who's disillusioned, who has scorn, who has all of those kinds of things, you can tell them exactly what they want to hear, and they will come along and they will believe in you. Whether you're true or not, whether you are going to help them or not, they're going to reach out to you any port in a storm.
Establishment hacks and establishment shills looked at the issues bothering the people and just kind of dismissed them. Can't afford to live where you grew up? Just move. Don't like that the toothpaste is locked behind plexiglass? Just deal with it. I think it's kind of fun.
No, you know what? Even the toothpaste is locked behind plexiglass. Just move as well. Just go. But I think that's also an idea of maybe a characteristic as well of the United States. It's just that, oh well, this state, you've got your red states and your blue states. So go to your red state if you want a tough on crime state. Go to your blue state if you want. That's kind of the characteristic argument that's behind it. Maybe that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling just from as an outsider. It's like the fact that each state is different makes a difference. Makes a difference in how you perceive the problems in your state, because it's still your country. You can still move around and about, because your life can be materially completely different in another state while you're still a US citizen compared to the rest of the world.
Up how you work 40 hours a week and still can't afford to pay rent? What are you, some kind of communist? You don't like funding a genocide with your tax dollars? What are you, anti-Semitic? If you don't address the issues of the people will gravitate towards those who are addressing those issues. It's not Mamdani.
Yes, exactly. Addressing them, it might not even be that their answers are the correct ones. It's just that they're talking about them. Same thing happened with Trump. It's the same mechanism. So that they were saying the things that other people were not saying, and they're going to hear it. And unfortunately, that does not exclude the extremists as well. So the extremists, the Groyper, blah, 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 blahs, yes, they're also going to enjoy it. But the moderates, the middle people, the people that can change their minds, as in the ones that are not completely crazy, those ones are the ones that you gotta at least be able to talk to and not ignore. But that's what they've done.
He's faulty one. It's yours. It's not Nick Fuentes' fault he's popular. It's yours. The tragedy of Ben Shapiro is that he led a life worshipping the free market, only to lose in the free marketplace of ideas. Now, with all this neocon rhetoric coming...
She said to you, hey, the facts don't care about your feelings. That's what she's saying to you, Ben. I think that's what she's saying. She's saying that, listen, in the marketplace, like she said, in the marketplace of ideas, you were not selling something that people were interested in, because that's what it actually is. That's what I've seen also with people that are on the spectrum, actually, because people that are on the spectrum, as in towards Asperger's or autism, they take things very literally, right? And they are very much like, here are the facts. Why, if I tell you the facts, don't you just change your mind? Why, if I give you a clear, concise argument that makes sense, why don't you change your mind? Because there's other factors and other emotions that are influencing people, and that is very difficult for people to understand. So yeah, I suppose when it comes to these sort of things, Ben might be like, but I'm telling you that you're anti-Semitic, but I'm telling you that you're this and this and this. Why are you not changing your mind? Why are you not coming towards me? Why are you leaving? Why are you unsubscribing? Anyway, people are just as long as you push the right emotional buttons, that's what's going to get you votes
out of the GOP. Are the Democrats going to pick up the populist ball that they are fumbling? Are they actually going to...
It's very important. Sorry, Josh. Sorry, guys. Josh just made such a good point. Facts don't care about your feelings and vice versa. Yes, feelings don't care about your facts. So we're humans out here. We're wild.
Coming out of the GOP. Are the Democrats going to pick up the populist ball that they are fumbling? Are they actually going to get their shit together? Well, they are trying, because they have written an article called Deciding to Win, where after interviewing over 300,000 American voters from both parties, they may have found...
Oh, that's very good. That's very nice that they've actually they're looking at all the voters. That's a good thing to do. Right, but yeah, deciding to win is like, well, oh, the optics.
Finally discovered the secret to winning. To give ourselves the best chance to win, we recommend the following changes to our approach. Democrats need...
ChatGPT did this, boys and girls. ChatGPT did it. They listened to all videos and things and said what to do. Unless it's bad, then maybe it was trained on the wrong data.
2. 1. Focus our messaging on an economic program centered on lowering costs, growing the economy, creating jobs, and expanding the social safety net. 2.
Okay, yeah, expanding the social safety net, but growing jobs is more important. Okay, when you've got to try and still reach the people that don't want handouts. Okay, that don't want people to be getting just handouts. The social safety net shouldn't be expanding. I think it should be refined. Maybe use some different language to that, because you're trying to reach people that hear social safety nets and they hear nanny states and they hear paying for immigrants, illegal migrants, not even immigrants, that whole thing. So when you're saying the safety net, they're thinking safetyism, but yeah, jobs, all of that stuff. Anyway, that's just my opinion of the feels that you're putting into, because it's all about how you word it, right?
Advocate for popular economic policies. Moderate our positions where our agenda is unpopular, including on issues like immigration.
Moderate our agenda. Moderate our positions where our agenda is unpopular. That is politics. So it's like, oh, it's unpopular. Okay, so just dial it back a little bit. Thanks, ChatGPT.
Public safety, energy production, and some identity and cultural issues. So basically, it took you guys 10 years, millions of dollars, and dozens of Microsoft Team meetings to come to the conclusion that everyone has been saying forever. You wasted a decade worshiping at the altar of mentally ill Karens, and now you're acting like, hey, what if we were normal? Is a groundbreaking political discovery. You.
Yes, what does expanding mean? Yes, what does expanding mean? It means we catch more people in the social safety net. The social, like you're talking about, Shoe, like you were talking about, oh, we can't have nice things and whatever if we don't have rule of law. Part of like expanding the social safety net could that's sometimes that will include being soft on crime. Yeah, you know, all of these issues are all intertwined. If you push one thing down, other things come up and all of that sort of stuff. So I don't think they know what they mean. It's just buzzwords.
I could have told you all this for free. It is a bad sign that it took you over a decade.
V would have told you this, guys. V would have told you for even more free because he's an Eastern European. He's at a cheaper rate. So
to come to the same conclusion that my audience has come to like a decade ago. And they're all retarded. Please
look how angry she is. You're so cute when you're angry.
Reflect on this, I beg of you. Also, what do you mean you had unpopular positions on public safety? Like, why would you even say that out loud? Yeah, let's vote for the party that admits it was wrong about the issue of crackheads shanking people in the street. I love it.
You know what? I would rather they admit that they were wrong about it, though. I'm glad that they're rather admit it. We're good. Come to Jesus. Confess your sins, and you're good.
This quote from Nancy Pelosi randomly shoved in here. Winning an election is a decision. You make a decision to win, and then you make every decision in favor of winning.
The profundity. Okay, I'm blown away, guys. I'm so glad that I'm wearing a wig because I've lost all my hair from the amount of profound wisdom that has come towards me with this quote. Nancy. As V would say, no, stop it now. Stop that. Okay, it's like saying, so entering a race is about, is about winning. Okay, you enter the race and then you try to win. You run it. You enter the race and then you run the race. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. They got me, yes, and then they had so many consultants. They got so much time and they had so many consultants to tell them these things. PR dies. It means expanding the net for the same people. We need definitions. This is a Michael Scott tier quote. You know what this is? This is Jaden Smith tier.
How deep, how thought-provoking. Thank you, Nancy. What will we do without you? Probably win an election. Democrats.
She's so angry. You know what? I think she just wants the Democrats to be better, and you can see that in her passion here. Oh, anyway.
Have changed our focus. In comparison with the Democratic Party of 2012, today's Democratic Party is more focused on issues like climate change, democracy, abortion, and identity and cultural concerns, and less focused on the economy and middle class. The table below shows this shift. Through an analysis of the prevalence of selected words in the 2024 Democratic Party platform, in comparison with the 2012 Democratic Party platform.
You know what? They needed it, okay? They needed to do this, okay? They needed to do this. That's a really great analysis. I would have loved to be part of that research. That research must have been so nice and juicy to notice the difference between the discourse in one era. Because I was going to make a joke about it. 2012. Geez, is that how far we? But that's as far back as they had to go to figure out how much they've changed. The thing is, as Shu has said, she's like, but we've been out here ourselves telling you this. We've been putting this into words a lot, okay? A lot. And you had to now go and search this out. You had to go and pay people to do the research. Like no, we had to follow the science on this. We can't just go on vibes here, okay? We can't go on the fact that this seems to be quite popular online or whatever. We have to know. We will get it to the scientists. Indeed, yes. Hi, Scoob! Guys, cats and dogs can get along. Okay, Scooby Pup and me, a kitty cat, we have good times. And good times coming. We're going to be joining up. We're going to make plans sometime in the new year. You know it. Sorry, I'm being very fascinated by my shedding wig because the hairs are very, very long. Now is the greatest time for my husband to start dating a blonde woman because he will have an excuse with but I will know the difference. Her hair has to be synthetic. Anyway,
this whole study is really interesting, but I need you guys to see this chart because when I first saw this, the scream I screamed. So
okay, hold up. I want to see the chart. Relax. Okay, so we've got here. There we go. The full term, okay, we've changed in the frequency per 1,000 words of select terms in the democratic platform. So frequency of words, I love this kind of research. I'm sorry, it is soft stuff, but then they turn it into numbers, so then you can make it feel all sciencey and stuff. But in terms, this is the frequency you're going to have of certain words. So they would talk about white, black, Latino, absolute change 1.28, but percentage change. If we're going into the percentage, it's up. All of this stuff that's green, it's all the way up. This is what we talk about. We talk about climate, we talk about guns, we talk about LGBT, justice, democracy, reproductive rights, equity, all of this. Small business. So you just gave up. Look at all the reds here. The things that are in red, which means they declined in frequency. We're not talking about it. Small business, crime, criminal, veteran, work, economy. I guess we've got this. Just hold on. Middle class, economic jobs. So you're just never talking about the actual practicalities of your American citizen. Okay? Yes, these are practicalities, the ones at the top there, your race, and yes, the climate and the guns and whatever. But the basis underneath is your economics, guys. So you instead of talking about everything, at least, or giving an example of explaining all of the things, you've gone, let's just not talk about it. Obviously, they didn't go to zero and never mention it, but they're just not focused on it. There is no, they didn't change the frequency of certain words, whatever. Also, I would want to actually look into the newspeak terms that come in. Okay, because criminal, we can't say crime criminal. We can't use that word crime criminal. I would want to know, is rehabilitation in there? Okay, because we've got justice, right? You see, we talk about justice. Justice went up, but crime criminal went down. That's a completely different thing. Oh, this is beautiful. I want this whole paper.
Guys, to see this chart, because when I first saw this, the scream I screamed. So Democrats since 2012 have increased their rhetoric on race by, sit down, 1,137%. On the gays, 1,044%. Their rhetoric on men has decreased by 51%.
Interesting. 51%. So you're not talking about men's issues. But you know what? That's another thing. Hold up. We're talking about men. They do get spoken about. And when they are spoken about, it is not a good thing. Okay? We're talking about the big bad men, the big scary men.
Is now negative 51%. On fathers, negative 100%. They just stopped talking about that shit. Veterans, negative 31. The economy, negative 51, because nobody cares about that, right? The middle class, 79%, but I guess.
Okay, and then this all catches up. The reality of this all catches up to you, and you're not hearing this from your politicians, because the politicians are the ones that are supposed to make these changes. This is why she's screaming the scream she screamed. Came here for cat training, guys. I will teach you how to train your cats so easily. Just get the right treat, get a clicker trainer, awesome stuff.
Yes, you can't really talk about something that is disappearing. And jobs, negative 47%. It somehow gets worse. Apparently, voters trust Republicans more on the most important issues to them.
Wow, they trust Republicans on them. I don't think people just don't trust government. There's a general trend towards not trusting. Not that there's always been distrust. There's always been like, I don't know, what's your angle? Okay, but it's extra in terms of institutions and whatever. Hence all the crazy Jewish derangement syndrome, JDS. Okay, drug abuse and addiction. So, by contrast, issues where Democrats are trusted more, like climate change, abortion, and LGBT issues, tend to be less important to voters. Okay, so that they're less important, but they're trusted. So those are issues we trust you with them, but they're actually not changing my life here because I'm unemployed. You know what? It will be pretty bad if some hurricane comes. Yes, that's very bad for the world. But you know what? I won't even have a house for that hurricane to blow away. That's a bit more of a problem for me. Okay, drug abuse and addiction. So importance to voters. Okay, so the percentage of the percentage of their importance out of 100. Okay, drug abuse and addiction percentage out of 100 is an oxymoron. Drug abuse and addiction, income inequality, terrorism, unemployment, gas prices, race relations, the environment, voting rights, guns, childcare, war in the Middle East, climate change, abortion, artificial intelligence, the war in Ukraine, right? We mentioned student debt, LGBTQ issues. So all of those, they've got the trust. You see the green things, the trust, get the trust in democratic people, but they are not important issues. These are 30%. A 15% issue, wow, a 15% issue has has a higher trust in Democrats, but they are not worried. What are they most worried about? Drug abuse and addiction, and they don't trust Dems. Why don't they trust Dems? Because Democrats are like, let everybody be, just let everybody do everything. It's fine.
And trust Democrats the most on the least important issues to them. Like, they literally care the least about LGBT, but trust Democrats the most with it. The most.
Yeah, but that's because why? Because the Democrats have been speaking about it the most. That they align with what the Democrats are saying. They're very happy with it. So yeah, it makes sense. Sure, we trust you with it, but it's also not the stuff that's going to change my life, as in the majority, because. Surprise, surprise, the way it actually stands, heteronormativity is still a thing. It's actually, and I say heteronormative as in literally it's the normal state of being. So there's more people that are not LGBTQ, even though it is increasing. What are the top 10 attributes that a politician should have? It would be great if the number one would be integrity, because then you're like they find it very difficult to sell out when they've made a promise. They are going to tell you honestly. They're not going to act against the things that they've said, the principles that they've laid down. But I don't know. It seems I am so blackpilled on the idea of those attributes, because no matter what they are, okay, all of the good stuff you want to see in a politician, the system just erodes against those things. As you are, if you're ruling over people, you're in a system with all different kinds of influence and all different kinds of psychopaths. So I don't know if that even. I'm being cynical about it. That the attributes doesn't even matter, because it'll just go away. It won't count for anything. Okay, let's see.
Popular Democratic policies among voters are things like lowering drug prices, banning stock trading, expanding Medicare, and raising the minimum wage. While the most unpopular Democratic policies are things like abolishing the police,
Hello, that is the thing. That's very unpopular. So as you said in your previous paragraph over there, oh, it's an unpopular thing. Oh, I suppose we'll change it. You know why you know why it's unpopular? Because it's a bad idea. Okay. But yes, this is politics. It's not popular, therefore we'll change it. Not that it's a bad idea.
Free healthcare to illegal immigrants and affirmative action. You're telling me this for the first time. Democrats, here is some advice for free. You can't just be MAGA light. Why would people drink Mr. Pibb when Dr. Pepper is right there? You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring something different, something better to the table. And that different should be working class focused economic populism. I don't just want 2 neocon parties, okay? But all this is pointless when it's clear the Dems are not changing at all. They're just gonna change their messaging. They're putting they're putting a label. It's their marketing. They're just gonna change the way it looks. Okay. How do we get them to vote for us, and then we'll do whatever we want to do, whatever we'll do? Anyway, that's just, but again, that's a black pill thing that I have of just politicians, where it's just like they're gonna tell you they're gonna give you messaging, and then you're gonna trust in them and hope in them, and then maybe some things will change a little bit for the better, and you'll be lucky. But on average, it's very difficult. Integrity, 9 to go. We'll have to do what's the name? A video on it. Pretty wrapping paper and a bow on a big fat smelly turd. There is a chance that the Democrats may win based entirely on Orange Man bad again, which means they might get into office
again. Yes, that's the thing. Orange Man bad. The whole. That's why I'm so excited for a post-Trump U.S. politics, right? So I got into and I get into U.S. politics, or I started to be entertained by US politics a lot more when Trump came around, right? The only reason I took huge interest in it was because of Trump, and because of it then infiltrating into pop culture, because pop culture was the only thing that I was actually interested in anyway. And psychology and all of that. But yeah, Trump was what got a lot of people interested in politics, because suddenly it would be like, oh no, it's the end of the world, which also just from watching the way that they put it together, the things that they kind of insinuated in succession, that it was like the end of the world, and this is what the newscasters were feeling, is that, oh my God, we're ushering in the end of the republic here. Relax. Anyway, that whole thing that got people into politics, and we also did have the injection, the ham-fisted injection of politics into entertainment, into our escapism, all of that ham-fisted, because it's always been there. Don't worry, but it was ham-fisted. It was horrible in terms of wokeness. So yeah, that was great. We all got very interested. But what happens when Trump is gone? What happens when you don't have Orange Man Bad to say? I think it will take, as much as I'm excited, I think it will take quite a while for that Orange Man Bad stuff to go away, even after his last term. Because yes, it's going to be the last term. Stop it. Okay? It will be, oh well, you see, this is all just MAGA stuff. MAGA is not going to go away. Okay, MAGA is a what do you call it? It's a base now. So yeah, there's still going to be this pointing at the other side and saying that's the thing. You be scared, be very afraid, and therefore vote for us. I'm tired of that. I want to see. So I suppose like maybe when I'm in my 50s, we'll get to that. Maybe we'll get to maybe something different other than be scared of what's coming. Unfortunately, I don't think the left side of the aisle, in both the US and outside the US, won't change their stance on woke politics. Nobody wants to change their stance on anything, right? Because we don't like to change our minds, and we don't like to. There's too much to lose when we admit we're wrong, right? It's the sunken cost fallacy. In Sweden, politicians suck too. You know what? It seems like politicians just suck no matter where they are. That's it. Whenever you come, this theme is explored in Brandon Sanderson a lot. Okay, when you come into power as well, it's like you cannot help but make decisions that are going to harm people, and that's a big deal. And all of the influences that are pushing you just seem to harm people anyway. It seems like, yes, even good people come into politics and then they just turn into assholes because of the nature of the work that they're doing. I don't know if you can have clean politics because it's all about power dynamics. Don't work. They're not friendly.
By learning absolutely nothing. Again. Then the voters will go, oh my God, nothing has changed, and then they'll vote for a Republican. American politics is just a revolving door of villains, isn't it? Rest assured, whoever wins,
politics in
lose.
general.
If you're actually going to do this, if you're actually going to do what you're saying in this little article, you better be going whole hog, not just the tip. I'm talking embracing shoe-socialism.
Oh, shoe-socialism. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but you know what? I'm here for it anyway because it's got a great spokesperson.
For many years, I have been smeared as many things. Grifter, flip.
Hold up. Sorry, Frostfang, you're saying here, I'm more concerned about 2028 with Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, and Candace Owens trying to manipulate the Republican Party. Yes, that's true, the Republican Party. But you know what? Shoe is the future of the Democrats, so go on.
Flopper, fence sitter, racist, sexist, homophobic, but I am not a grifter, flip-flopper, or a fence sitter. I'm simply living in 2055. You see, America has been a hyper-capitalist, economically center-right, social.
Okay, she does like her socialism kind of thing. She does like her safety nets and all of that. Free market capitalism is scary for her and all of that stuff. She would like some kind of social capitalism.
Center-left country since about the mid-century. And I know libertarians in my audience are going to be like, it's not capitalism, it's cronyism. Okay, whatever the f you want to call it, it sucks, okay? So what if instead, and hear me out, what if instead we were a more people-focused, community-focused, working-class-focused, economically left, socially right country? All the data shows more people fall into that quadrant.
Economically left, socially right. Okay, so we care, but then in terms of the rule of law, we're right. Okay, let's see. You explain it to us. This is your proposal, and I hope somebody gives it to an actual political party and stuff. This is what's creating your discourse, people. This should be part of your research.
The populist quadrant, the shoe-socialist quadrant, if you will, than the current system we are in today. If a shoe-socialist party existed, it would be incredibly popular, but it doesn't exist. And that's probably by design, honestly. The Social Democrat Party of Denmark has passed many progressive policies that liberals in America would only dream of.
Yes, but that's Denmark, and Denmark has a distinctly, it's quite different to the population and the whole size, the everything of USA. But I suppose you're probably going to address that.
Protection from rent hikes, free college and healthcare, carbon taxes, and a very strong welfare system. But the Social Democrat Party also believes in a strict immigration policy. They believe that if immigration is too fast or chaotic, it puts pressure on working class communities, weakens social unity, and makes—
Yes, that is very true. Yes, they're able to do that. Whereas the Democrats, I suppose, yes, 50% taxes, that's another thing that you have to do. The taxes are very, very high. But the thing is, they do deliver. They do deliver on their taxes. That is something. You would need to change the perception of people, or perception of government, for this to happen in your country, in USA. And it just, with the history of USA, I don't know the history and the makeup of USA. It's very difficult to. This is a pipe dream. This is 2055. Is exactly what you're saying, Shoe. It's up in the air, because again, just think of Denmark, the size of Denmark, the population of Denmark, and then think of the size of the USA, the diversity of the USA in terms of just land mass, even. Okay, it's a big deal, and also the view of the role of government in USA. You would have to do this. Would be a lot of social engineering for Shoe-cilism. But you know what? Go off. She's giving you solutions. This is the world she wants.
Makes it harder to maintain their strong welfare system. Wow, what a fucking grifter Denmark is. I feel like so many people nowadays are like terminally left-right brain to the point where like they look at issues and instead of being like, that solution makes sense to me, I believe that, I agree with that, they instead go, that's the left-wing solution, therefore I will believe in that. And it's so stupid.
Exactly. That is exactly it. That you don't pick little pieces. So this example of Denmark, what she's saying is that they have the left-wing thing of social safety net, high taxes. Everybody puts into the system, everybody takes out of the system, everybody's taken care of by the system. Yes, that's left-wing. But then, can you imagine now trying to propose that to lefties? But that also means that you can't have immigration. Okay, you can't have mass immigration or mass migration, and you also have to be tough on crime. That those things are, it's like, no, but that's right wing. That's right wing. That's dangerous. And that's been how it's been framed in the discourse, is that you have to reject those ideas as bad ideas. You can never propose them. That's just the opposite side. And this left-right dichotomy thing seems to have been even more entrenched in the past few 2 decades. It seems like quite a thing. Yeah. So this is very difficult for you to achieve, considering those things. Anyway, yeah, who would have thought the power of balance? You know what? It's true, Maddie. I can't believe it. My mind is blown right now.
And agree with that. They instead go, that's the left-wing solution, therefore I will believe in that. And it's so stupid and hyper-partisan and makes absolutely no sense to me. And that's why I think like a lot of left-right brain hyper-partisan people don't understand me or people like me. That's why they call me a centrist or fence-sitter or flip-flopper or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm not a fence-sitter. I have many strong opinions. You just don't like them. And no, I'm not a flip-flopper just because you don't understand the concept of having opinions that don't perfectly fall on the arbitrary, always changing left-right axis that is American circus politics. There's nothing incoherent about my beliefs on paper. None of them contradict one another. I don't understand. She likes...
Yeah. They don't contradict each other. It's just that the baskets in which people put them, those inherently are supposed to be in opposition. So immigration, strong on immigration, strong on crime, does not go in the left box. So that means contradiction. You're saying you're lefty, but you have right-wing ideas. It is that argument of the freaking centrist is not a fence sitter. The centrist is someone who picks and chooses the things that they like each side is saying. Okay, they can have a favorite, They can have a favorite side and the one that actually appeals to them more. But it's not fence sitting. It's looking at an issue by issue and policy by policy. And I don't know, I wouldn't say that, I think you need to, if you're going to change your mind on something, then I think you owe it to people to say so. That's all I would want from someone, is that they would say, yes, I have flip-flopped on this. I have changed my mind. I was wrong about that. I believe I was wrong about that even. Just do that. That's what I mean by, that's why the first thing that came to mind was integrity, because that's fine. You doesn't mean integrity isn't being right all the time. It's just at least admitting when you're wrong. Cheeks on face. Yes, that's my name, guys.
Free healthcare but doesn't want to chemically castrate children. She believes in workers' rights but wants a stricter border. I don't get it. Like, where is the contradiction? I'm basically just Bernie Sanders before he got his spine surgically removed by the DNC. In conclusion, MAGA and the Republican Party embracing populism is what made them so popular in the first place. But if the Republican Party's answer to all these issues young people are having is, F you, just move, you're not talented, maybe you'll own a home when you're 70 years old, they're doomed. Like, they had a small brief fling with populism and ghosted it. Just pumped and dumped. Like a fat whore they're ashamed of and won't bring out on dates in public. As I'm editing this,
19 states have greater populations than Denmark. Yeah. We have floated the idea just in like pie in the sky sort of thinking, like, what would happen if each state just became its own country and that was it? You didn't have United States anymore. How would that work out? Would that be better for people? This is another thing, that also another strategy that is proposed in South Africa sometimes. But that is such a huge, that's a theoretical discussion at the moment, because those things would take a lot.
Trump and Mamdani had a meeting together and it was very interesting.
We were discussing when Bernie Sanders was out of the race, I picked up a lot of his votes and people had no idea. When he was put out of the race, I think quite unfairly, if you want to know the truth, many of the Bernie Sanders voters voted for me. And
he's being nice kind of about Bernie, at least there, by saying it was unfair.
I felt very comfortable, frankly, in seeing that and saying that. I would feel very, very comfortable being in New York, and I think much more so after the meeting. We agree on a lot more than I would have thought.
I'm sorry, this is my new favorite.
That is lovely. Look at him smiling up at him. Beautiful. That is beautiful. I'm glad that I hadn't seen this before. This is my genuine reaction. I've my first reaction to seeing this. That's beautiful. Yeah, I've been paying too much attention to paying attention to my diagram on the debate, the gender debate and all of that stuff. I have not looked at the Mamdani stuff at all. But I knew this meeting was happening, and yes, meeting your enemies, discussing with them. Pragmatic, isn't it? Maybe nice to Bernie to stick it to Hillary. Yes, absolutely. He is that. What do you call it? That's spiteful, that man. Yeah.
Problematic Yowie ship. They love each other. Maybe it's not over, folks. Maybe the power of friendship and populism will save.
Yeah, Elon, you're out. Mamdani's new. The next one, because he's got more going on.
Give us all. Listen, I want my kids to grow up in a safe and affordable world where they can get jobs and they can start a family and then they can have the same for their kids. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what most people want.
Oh, Grandma Shoe, guys. Back in my day, I was a YouTuber. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, we used to watch on screens, not in our eyeballs. Sorry.
And right. They just have different ideas on how to get there. It just so happens my ideas happen to be the correct ones. And if you disagree with them, you will be sent to the re-education camp. Do you want one? You want a nugget? Pledge.
No, I don't. I want a cookie.
Your allegiance to shoe-socialism, and you get a nuggie. So that was that little video. If you liked it, please subscribe for more. And if you want to help support the channel, donate to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video uncensored a day early. If you can't or don't want to support me on Patreon, that's fine.
Ooh, she's using the female wiles. Look at that face. Let's go back. Just I want you to hear that that's fine.
A day early. If you can't or don't want to support me on Patreon, that's fine. I don't care. I didn't want you to anyway. Baka. Okay, I will see you guys soon with a fun slop video, just in time for Christmas. Bye!
Yay! And you know that when that one comes out, we're gonna have fun too. Maybe I'll have found a shoe on head makeup tutorial by then, and I'll even I could get like a black wig or something, but I think the blonde one is. I'm just feeling it. I'll get her brushed out and stuff. I have tried to maintain her. Anyway, what the heck was that grandma? It was me being shoe on head, as just thinking of shoe on head as a grandma, Maddie. Okay? I was trying to be like Myrtle or something. Anyway, most of the states in the House of Representatives belong in retirement home. This is true as well. In most countries, just so many politicians are so old. It's just, how can you be leading us? I think there needs to be a good mix. Okay, we need to have experience. We need to have people that have gone through things, but at the same time, we also need new people that are in touch with the current state of the world. What people? That's how you're going to also have a bit more of a pulse on things. Woo! Reminder to tell Adam to get working on the wife thing for me next time you chat to him. Okay, I'll let him know. But Paffy, how old are you? I guess my husband met me at 19, so I guess it doesn't matter. I need a wife and kid to see Zootopia 2 with. Oh, yes, I got an email about that today. It's out. Now I know that Temu-Shoe is very sneaky. What have you done with Kitty? Where do you take her? Listen, she's just gone off, okay? She just needed to take a break. There may or may not have been a catnip trap involved. But yes, for Paffy, we will give you a clip. What will the clip be? What shall the clip be? I think because Paffy cares about Gordon, we'll give him one of these. I do not consent. Whee! Did you guys hear Gordon's burp? Also, just one more. It's low, but I want you to hear it anyway because I think it's pertinent to the fact that I'm going to be back watching the next shoe video as Temu-Shoe. So this has got to do with that.
If you shenan once, you're gonna shenan again.
If I shenan once, I'm gonna shenan again. That's what she said. It's Kidda again here. That was a great one from Gordon. It really was. You often are able to tell me. You're the first to tell me when you've heard these things. All right, I like Armela. Yeah, we should also do an Armela react. It's always great too. But she's often reacting to things. Armela reacts. I would love to do an Amir Odom react as well. But yeah, obviously I can't dress up as either of them in those things. But I love my wig. I think, yeah, you only get this when we are being Temu-Shoe. And guys, just appreciate the fact that I even tried to do a bow. Okay. Right. That is the end of our slop react, guys. We go hard here. Okay. Other people's reactions are 40 minutes. What? No, I'm going sentence by sentence. And I'm even going to comment on your advertising. So don't get angry with me when I react to your content. Be appreciative. I savor it. Everybody enjoy your Black Friday. We don't call it that here. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But enjoy your Black Friday and your Cyber Monday. Oh, well, I'll speak to you on Cyber Monday. We're going to continue with diagramming that gender debate because we need to finish an actual diagram. Okay, it's been a while. And yeah, have a good old time. I might see you on Circle of Jerks on Zax's channel. I might not. Just go and watch it anyway, whether I'm there or not. You know this. Okay, have a nice life. Okay, thanks.
I'll see you next time, shall we? Head